Swear to God, if our children get into magic school and I don't.
I'm gonna be so pissed, right? Good morning, guys. So I started my day by filming a video that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, and that is my wedding album flip through. I'm really excited to have that video filmed and ready for you guys. I'm hoping to get it up next Monday, so if you have been waiting for that, make sure you subscribe to my main channel so that you don't miss it when that goes live. I also got my empties video up, and so if you haven't watched that yet, I'd love it if you headed on over to my main channel to check it out. And yeah, that's kind of how my day has been going so far. Got all my big tasks off my plate early on, so not really sure what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day, but I'm sure I will find something to get done. But yeah, I hope your day is going great, and I will check in later. So I actually ended up going ahead and just editing my wedding album flip through video, so that will be that's all completely finished and exporting right now. It'll be good to go live on Monday, so you can expect to see it then. I'm really excited to show you guys my album, but now I'm going to head down and say hi to these little guys. I got my Puffle number 1, Puffle number 2. Hi. What are you guys doing down here, huh? What are you doing? Just hanging out? No big deal? I'm probably going to wash the dishes, like the hand wash dishes in the kitchen. I'm trying to get back on top of it. I used to be really, really good and would, you know, wash all the dirty pots and pans every single day, but I kind of got out of that habit, so I would like to try and get back in that habit. So yeah, we don't have too many piled up right now. We just have 2 pots, pans, whatever you want to call them, on the stove, so I'm going to go ahead and wash those. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. Alright, so I just washed all my dishes, and I think what I'm going to do now is kind of clean out my bathroom vanity stuff, get rid of expired medicine, and try and organize the like cabinet under my sink, because that's area just never really got that cleaned. And it's just a project I've kind of had on my mind, like every time I come in, I'm like, oh, I need to do that at some point, and I figured I got nothing to do now, so I'm just gonna tackle it. Also, I recently did start taking ovulation tests again every single morning in preparation for hopefully ovulating at the end of the month, if all goes according to plan. I don't see why I wouldn't, but anyways, so this is what I've had the last 3 days going on. Obviously not ovulating yet, I wasn't expecting to, but yeah, I just kind of like starting extra early so that any pattern, like, you know, as it gets darker and darker is, you know, really obvious. So yeah, I'm doing the cheap ones for now, and then once it gets closer to my estimated ovulation date, I'm also going to throw in the, what's that brand? Clear Blue. The Clear Blue digital ovulation tests, and so I'm going to add those in probably around 4 to 5 days before I'm estimated to ovulate, just to, you know, have something a little more accurate in the mix as well. But anyways, back to bathroom organization. Here's what I'm dealing with. All right, so this like little cabinet door is the main area that I'm going to focus on. This is the part of the bathroom that really just had things tossed in there, no rhyme or reason. There's no organizational system ever since we moved in here, basically. So yeah, this is kind of a disaster. This is Miles's drawer. I'm not going to touch that because, you know, that's his stuff, and so I'll let him organize it the way he likes it. This is my drawer, and this is kind of what's going on in there now. It's a little crazy. I just have a lot of stuff kind of crammed in there, so I might try and pull out some stuff that I don't actually need to store here and kind of keep it to the daily essentials that I need to store in here, just to kind of clean it up a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna try and tackle that. And then we also have a drawer down here that I don't know, isn't too much of a mess, but I might try and kind of tidy that up as well. And that's a wrap. I'm really happy with the progress I made in these two areas, and I think they are very, I think after living in the house for, over a year now, I also have a pretty good idea of what we do need to store in these spaces, and so kind of, obviously making room for those things, I guess, and not storing stuff that, is just going to end up being clutter and that we don't actually need to store in here. So yeah, I think kind of having that knowledge really helped make these two spaces really nice and organized. I did end up only doing the cabinet and my drawer. The bottom larger drawer, the vanity, ended up not really needing too much help, so I just left it alone. But yeah, without further ado, let's see what they look like all finished. So inside this door, this is what we have going on now. So I am a big believer in bins to kind of organize things, and yeah, so over here I have all of our medicine that I wanted to store down here. I do have a couple other things up in the like mirror above our sink, but I store most of like our boxed medicine down here. I don't know, that's just how it worked out. Anyways, I have it all lined up in this little bin, and I went through all our medicine and made sure none of it was expired, and I only had to throw out 2 boxes, which is excellent because I hate throwing out medicine. It just feels like such a waste when it's expired. But anyways, there's also plenty of room to grow if we for some reason need to stock up on a bunch of different types of medicine, so I like that. Over in this box, I have more of our first aid stuff, so it's mainly Band-Aids. I also have this random CPR resuscitator mask I got when I did CPR training, and I don't know, I don't need it, but I feel weird throwing it away. I feel like that's inviting disaster, so I don't know, I just hold on to it. It doesn't take up much space, but anyways, yeah, so in here we just basically have all of our first aid Band-Aid-y gauze type things. These things right here are the products that we kind of use on an everyday basis. This spray bottle is filled with water. Miles uses that to style his hair in the morning. This is Miles's mousse, I believe, although I have to ask him if he still uses this, because I'm not entirely convinced he still uses this, so we might be able to put this away somewhere. And then this is our daily lotion. And then back here in this little bin, I made Miles his own kind of shot bin. I just stored the hairdryer on top of it. I might end up kind of hanging it on this door, but for now it just is laying on top of things because Miles does use this every day, so I want to leave it in here. But anyways, back to this little bin. I made something to store all of Miles's shot tools, like his needles, alcohol pads, some Band-Aids, just all the stuff that he needs for his weekly T-shots. Back here, I have my mirror. Sorry if you can hear Dakota freaking out at something outside. Yeah, I have my mirror. I was kind of storing it over here before, and it was always really hard to get out. It would kind of get stuck on, the drawer track things or whatever. So, yeah, it'll be a lot easier to pull out from back here. And then over here, I have my, super intense tub jet cleaner that I use quarterly. And then I also have our thing of hydrogen peroxide because we don't really ever use it, but I feel like it's a good thing to just keep on hand anyways. And yeah, that finishes up the cabinet a million times better than what it was before. It's still not the prettiest looking under sink cabinet, but yeah, it does the job, and like I said, it's a million times better than what we were dealing with before. Alright, so moving on over into my bathroom drawer, I completely redid this. I took out a whole bunch of things, so these are all the things that I took out of my drawer that I can move and store somewhere else. I also took these out from under the bathroom, in the cabinet part, so I can store them elsewhere because we just don't need these stored there. But yeah, so anyways, I have my current roll of cotton rounds up front, right next to my little daily makeup kit that I shared the other day. If you want a more in-depth look at this kit, I shared a full walkthrough in another vlog. I think it's even called my daily makeup kit or something, and it was shared maybe a week ago if you're interested. But anyways, behind that is my current box of ovulation and pregnancy tests. These are just the cheapo, easy-at-home Amazon brand. So I like to keep a whole bunch in here, especially the ovulation tests. Since I'm taking them every single day, it's just nice to have them right here. Then I have my face mask, applicator brush thing. Since I normally do face masks in the bathroom, I thought this was a good place as any to store it. I also have my thermometer. Somehow we ended up with 2 thermometers, a pink one and a blue one, so now Miles and I each have our own designated thermometer, so that's a little extra, but whatever. Over here, I have kind of like my hair and tools kind of bin, so my brush is actually upstairs, so I need to bring that back down, but I will usually have my wet brush in here, my everyday Batiste dry shampoo, my little jade roller that I got for Christmas that I super love. I have like a gum massager thing that my dentist gave me. I don't know, I just kept it in here in case I decide to start using it. I have my all-time favorite tweezers. These are just the best tweezers of life. I think they're Tweezerman. They're like, I want to say 20, maybe not 20 years old. They're like 15 years old, and I have not ever found a pair of tweezers that was as good. And then I have a whole bunch of these kind of like hair tie things to use when I wash my face and pull back my hair if I want it, or when I'm doing a face mask. So yeah, store those in there. Over here I have some eye makeup remover. I have my 3 Butter Control System Day Cream. I use this on my hair after I shower when it's still wet, right before I brush it out, and it just makes things nice and smooth and silky and moisturized, and I really like this. I have a kind of not fancier lotion, but this isn't like my daily lotion. Like you saw, that is my daily lotion. This is kind of the stuff that I use if I take a bath or I want to have a pamper night or kind of just treat myself a little extra. This is what I'll use. I have my menstrual cup, and then I have a backup supply of contacts. And yeah, that finishes up my drawer. Like I said, I'm super happy with this quick little organizing project. Very impromptu, but I'm happy I finally got to it. So now I'm just going to bring all that stuff upstairs and find places to store all that stuff. It's a little bit later and Miles has gotten home from work. He is downstairs making himself some meal prep breakfasts for the rest of the week, as well as he's gonna get dinner ready once he's finished with that. And he's been watching his, I think it's just called Vikings, show that he watches while he cooks at night, because that's kind of his time. Like if he wants to watch a show that I don't want to watch, he has very limited, I guess, time where, like, you know, it's just where he has available to, you know, watch a show by himself. So he's been taking the opportunity of cooking at night. So yeah, I'm more than happy to let him, you know, have that time to himself, obviously. And then I just kind of hang out here for a little longer. When he gets home, I normally hang out with him for a little bit, but then he goes, you know, his way and cooks dinner and watches his show. And then I come back upstairs and, you know, continue doing whatever I was doing. Anyways, long story short, I have been making a new layout in my bullet journal. So basically, I was gonna have a 1-page kind of left over at the end of the month. This is the last week of January with the first couple of days of February, but then after that I would want a new full double-page layout to start February with, leaving me with this page completely blank. And so one of the layouts I had actually kind of not forgotten, but didn't include in the beginning of my planner that I would love to have in here is kind of a overview of all the house projects that we want to complete in the future. So we bought this house knowing that there was a bunch of different, you know, projects and stuff that we would want to undertake to make, you know, this house into our home and to really, you know, truly make it reflect us and what we want it to look like. So anyways, long story short, I am kind of making a like full project list for our house broken down by room. There is going to be room for about 8 projects within each room on this layout, and I think that's enough for now. That might not be, you know, all that we ever do in a specific room, but I think 8 projects. I'll just kind of start with what we will try to tackle next and include the next 8 projects in each room in the category, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think it should be more than enough room. So yeah, this is kind of the layout that I have decided on, and I just think it's super cute with its teeny tiny header flags and little bullets. There will also be, you know, to-do list bullets over here. It's just kind of bumping up against the spine, so it's a little more of a pain to use the stencil that far over, so I'm just kind of doing all the rest, and I'm going to go back and make that list. But yeah, just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm doing, and yeah, for any of my bullet journalers out there, here is another layout that I have included in my bullet journal. And this is what we're having for dinner tonight. We had the same thing last night, I just forgot to show you guys. So yeah, just basically tacos, but on lettuce buns instead of like tortillas.
Like last week.
Like last week, but they're super tasty.
I got super uncreative at the store this weekend and was like, we're just gonna eat the same thing.
Well, no, we had to end up grocery shopping on Saturday instead of Sunday because you had to work on Sunday, so we hadn't meal planned yet because we weren't expecting to have to go grocery shopping Saturday. So, What are you doing, you creep? Is that your pixie? Pesky pixie? I know, I don't think she likes it either. I thought she would, because it would be a really good flinging toy. But she's, like, not impressed at all. It was her souvenir that we brought her back from Harry Potter World. Alright, anyways, we are going to eat dinner and watch This Is Us.
So, update. We watched This Is Us. And now we're starting The Magicians, which is a show I started a while ago, but only watched one season. And now I've talked Merrit into watching it, and I made us snacks for the video for the viewing. I don't know, but we're 5.
I've actually really been wanting this, so it's so funny that you suggested it.
Celery with raisins and peanut butter.
Woo!
Ants on a log. You could be an ant on a log.
I am an ant on a log.
You can't have any though. You can
no,
have the peanut.
I love the peanut butters
you
though.
You can have the peanut butters when we're done.
Celeries. No raisins for the palm though.
Whoops, no raisins for the palm.
No raisins for the palm.
Anyway, that was it. Just that announcement that, you know, we're making snacks for 5-year-olds. Or we're eating them.
We will be back at the end of the night. And we're back! Watched the first episode of Magicians. I'm definitely intrigued. It's pretty good so far. You've seen the first season, so you kind of know what's going on. But yeah, I definitely like it.
Good.
Yeah, excited to watch some more tomorrow. But yeah, we are nerds. But
it's a sci-fi channel show.
Yeah. Yeah, certified nerds.
I'm still waiting for my, you know,
Harry Potter letter or
invitation to a magic school. Even though I'm gonna be 29 years old this year.
Yeah, well.
One day.
One day.
Swear to God, if our children get into magic school and I don't,
I'm gonna be so pissed, right? That's not gonna be cool.
Wow, we're nerds.
I know, right?
Hide now.
Alright, well on that note, we're gonna head on up to bed, so I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.